Hello everyone, my name is Anthony and welcome for a new episode on the Amkh channel. And today I'm very happy to record as I've got a lot of crazy things to show you guys. It took me a lot of time, like weeks, to get there, but I'm really proud of the final look of it. So let's get cracking. As you all know, we've started the creation of our own server called Amkhor, like encore in French and not Amkhor. This is the map that I've been working on for Amkhor. It's pretty empty at the moment, pretty blank, but I would like it to look like that at the end, so eventually it should be looking like that. So in the previous video, Okmoon has showed you what he's been working on for the city of Dalmarine, which is gonna stand on the eastern coast right here. So if you've not watched the video, just go and spare some minute there. I really think the buildings are looking amazing and I'm very excited to see the final result of that. But now it is time to see some magic, so I'm gonna show you what I've been working on for a few weeks now. Here we are on a brand 1.15 world. Yeah, the mod is gonna be in 1.15, sorry for that. And I'm using Mcreator in fact to code this because Mcreator is very convenient in fact because it spares you a lot of code. You still have to code a lot of things when it gets a little bit complicated for the spares in fact, but it still spared me a lot of time. So how is magic gonna work on the server? Because I wanted a very complete magic system. In the game there's gonna be different kind of magic like fire, earth, water and air, and each kind of magic is also gonna have different spell levels, and each spell level is gonna be linked to a certain gem that will spawn naturally in the game. So for instance, in my inventory there, I've got some Malarines, and the Malarines are for the fire spell level 1. So while wandering in the game in the nature, you will be able to find those while mining and then enchant them to have some spells. So I will first start. I've only made so far the fire spell level 1 and the air spell level 1, so I'm gonna show you those right now. I'm gonna present you, sorry how you're here for the demonstration. I'm gonna show you the first spell I've ever made, so don't be too disappointed, it was my first one, okay? So this one is basically flamethrower, so I think the name gives it away. It's basically gonna be a flamethrower. So as you can see, it's not suffering the gravity, so it goes in a straight line and it has a limit distance. So you can see that down there I've got my mana bar as well as a cooldown bar. So the flamethrower doesn't have any cooldown, so if you right click it's going to spread some fire without cooldown. But you can see that it's consuming some mana, and then my mana will regenerate. For the moment it's very fast, it's far too fast to regenerate manas, but I will decelerate that later. So let's start on the cow. It basically sets the cow on fire, but it doesn't make a lot of damages. So that's a spell level 1, so it's not too powerful. That's very important to think about that, because that's gonna be the second level, then the third level. So if the first level was too powerful, you will just have a nuclear bomb for the third level. That would be absolutely nonsense. So let's start now with the second spell, which is a firebolt. I'm not getting any idea from Skyrim. So the firebolt is pretty much like the flamethrower, but there's a cooldown to it, and it goes much further. So if I keep the right click on, you see that I cannot shoot the firebolt faster than that, and it's also consuming far more mana than the flamethrower. Let's try on the cow. So it also sets the cow on fire, and I'm not sure. Oh, only one bolt is enough to kill a cow. Okay, wonderful. That's pretty powerful, right? And it also sets the ground on fire when it touches it. Alright, so that's for the two first spells. The next one is far cooler than the other ones, and it's a firewall. I had a lot of issues to make this one work, but as you can see, whenever I want, I can right click on the ground and start a flame wall. So this flame wall, it also has a long cooldown, in fact you can see it. But this flame wall, if you pass through it, you're going to be set on fire. So I'm in creative, so I'm not taking any damages. But let's try on a cow. If you press, there you go. You can see that the cow has been set on fire by the wall. If you're being chased by someone in the nature, you can just start a firewall and keep moving while he is stuck behind it. Now the next spell is, I don't remember the next one. Oh, Blazing Ground. This one was very cool. Basically, it's like a firebolt, but that has some gravity and also spreads a lot of fire, like this. You can see that it makes a fire circle, and this fire circle is gonna spread a lot of fire. And also, I've made it so it adapts to the terrain. It only spreads to 1 blockade difference, not 2 blocks. So here you can see that that's 2 blockade difference, so it's not gonna spread to this block there. See, like that. And now the last fire spell that I've made is actually the easiest one. It's basically a flint and steel. I call that kindling. And if you right click on the block, it sets on fire. So that's pretty handy because there's gonna be some weather and also temperature in the game. So if you need to be warm, then this spell is gonna be awesome. Well, we can still cast a fireball on your own. But I mean, the Blazing Ground is really actually pretty powerful. It's not doing a lot of damages, but you can literally annihilate the environment with that. Just give it a look. Boom. And it's gonna burn the whole forest very fast. So now, let's start the air spells. And to be honest, I really love them. So I'm gonna go in survival for that. So just so you know, the air spells are not gonna be very deadly. Some of them are gonna do some damages, like a tornado at level 3, but they're mainly handy spells that you can use in a lot of different ways. And in fact, they're going to be very useful to trick your enemy. The first one I made is actually fairly easy. It's just gonna prevent you to take any fall damages the next time you fall. So very good. Let's say that I want to go down there, but I'm going to take a lot of damages. So I'm gonna jump and then right click, and I did not take any damages. So you've seen that something appeared while I was falling on the top right of the screen, and that was the spell in fact. The next one is Hair Punch. I think you've got the idea of what it does. If I place a cover, then bite the cow, basically. So that's a projectile that does some damages, but also less damages than the firebolts, but it has a lot of knockback. And sometimes if you're on top of the mountain, it will be much smarter to just throw your enemy down the mountain than throwing a firebolt at him. Now, the air jump, that's the third spell I've made. So how many blocks is that? That's about 5 blocks, so that's enough. The air jump is gonna throw you 5 blocks in the air if you don't move. So if I stay right there, you see I could jump on the tree. So if there is an obstacle on your way, then you just use this spell and it's very convenient. Also, you're not going to take any fall damages, as this spell also has the effect of the feather falling one I've created. That was the first spell that I've showed you. So if you jump from very up, like from, let's say, this block here, you're not going to take any fall damages. Now, the next spell is one I feel like being the most interesting spell of the whole. It's called Air Propulsion. It's like basically the air jump, but it also pushes you on your way. So let's show you. If you want to travel, that's just so handy. And it has a small cooldown, as you can tell, but just, I would love that to travel like 8,000 blocks. That's a real boost. So you can see that the air spells are not, for those two ones, they are not dealing any damages, but you can travel so far with them. Like there is a river. Rivers are so annoying to pass through in Minecraft. Well, you don't care about rivers anymore. I wonder if I can get there with these spells. Let's try. I don't know if I can make the jump. Let's try this. Whoa, I can definitely make the jump. Oh, it's so cool. Last but not least, the last one is called Hair Shield. And to show you this one, I will need an assistant. So I've got my assistant here, and the air shield, let's show you what this is. It's self-explanatory. You right click and it spawns a hair shield in front of you. But as you can see, the shield will adapt its position to the direction you're looking at. So if you're being attacked from up there, you can place your shield up, and if you're attacked from down there, you can place your shield down. So let's try with our assistant there. There you go. So you can see that the O is tick, He's dead. Let's try with another assistant. So you can see that the arrows are being reflected by the shield, and it works with all the other spells I've created. So the firebolt, every spell that someone is going to throw at you, is going to be reflected by the shield. There you go, so I've showed you 10 spells now, and it took me a whole week to get them working, so I hope you've all enjoyed it, and if you did, consider subscribing and also joining our Discord so you can finally play at the server when it's ready. For the moment, I hope you've all enjoyed the video, and I see you dans un prochain épisode. Salut!